Hello and welcome to Math with Dotun. All right, in this question we are to calculate the length of a given floor, all right, with an area of 169 meters squared. All right, this is also a national common entrance exam. All right, let's see how we can tackle this kind of question. The area of the floor of a room is 169 meters squared. Calculate the length given that it is a square floor. All right, so we have a square. All right, a square is a shape, a quadrilateral with all four sides equal. All right, and then we know that when we're calculating the area of a square, it's length times length. Length times length. The area of a square is length times length, or length squared. All right, that is the area of a square. And then if we're looking for the length when the area is given, we just need to take the square root of the area and then we have the length. So the length of a square is the square root of the area. So the length is the square root of the area. When we say square root, we're looking for the two numbers, a number that will multiply by itself to get the area. So if you have 9 here, we're looking for what we can multiply, a number we can multiply by itself that will give us 9. Will it be 2 times 2? No, that's not 9. Will it be 3 times 3? Oh, that's 9. So the square root is 3. All right. And then we also have lessons on squares and square roots. Okay, so let's solve this question. So to find the length of a square, all right, when the area is given, we find the square root of that area. So now what are we given? We're given the area as 169 meters squared. We're given the length as we do not know. All right, so that is what we have to find. Calculate the length. All right, and then we already know that length is equal to the square root of area. So that means we find the square root of 169 meters squared. Like I said, with multiplication tables, if you're also preparing for this kind of exams, you should have find a trick or find a way around your squares and square roots, way to master the perfect squares. All right, you know that 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 4 times 4, 5 times 5. At least you should know it up to 20. All right, or have an idea of what they are. All right, so please, I'm giving you as a challenge, in case you have not learned your multiplication, your squares, please learn them. Easy to learn. 1 times 1, 1. 2 times 2, 4. 3 times 3, 9. 4 times 4, 16. 5 times 5, 25. And like that. 6 times 6, 36. 7 times 7, 49. 8 times 8, 64. 9 times 9, 81. 10 times 10, 100. 11 times 11, 121. 12 times 12, 144. 13 times 13, 169. 14 times 14, 196. 15 times 15, 225, and so on. All right, so you should know at least from 1 to 20. All right, my student can actually say this. So don't see it like, oh, you're saying it because you're a teacher. No, I have children in year 4, year 5 that can, say their squares of numbers from 1 to 20. All right, so you can do it. All right, so what is the square root of 169? If you had listened to the ones I've said, you would have found it. All right, so what number would you multiply by itself to give you 169? And that's 13. So 13 times 13 is 169. So therefore, the square root of 169 is 13. So what's the square root of meter squared? What would you multiply by itself to give you meters squared? That's meters, right? Because meters times meters will give you meters squared. So the square root of meters squared is meters. So the length of the room is 13 meters. 13 meters. All right. So what did we do again? Let's go over the lesson. We look at how to find the length of a square if the area is given. So when the area is given, we find the square root of the area, and then that gives us the length, because we have actually multiplied the length by itself to get the area. So we find the square root. That means we're looking for that number that will multiply by itself to give us the area. And then the square root of 169 is 13, and then the square root of meter squared is meter. Okay, now this is a trick, something that can help you to remember your squares and square roots, but this only works for 13 and 14 squared. All right, so these two guys are made up, their squares, all right, are made up of the same digits, set of digits. So now that we have 169 for 13 squared, you just need to rearrange these two for 14 squared. So 14 squared is 196. Can you see that? All right, I hope you don't forget that. So 13 squared is 169, 14 squared is 196, made up of the same digits. All right, just rearrange the last two for 14. The bigger one is 14, the smaller one is 13. All right, thank you. Please do well to follow the next video, and if you have any questions, ask. Bye.